we do this? We'll start this because Rob Fisher's here, so let's just do it. Boom. Good afternoon. Welcome to... Hi Mum, Dad. Just got to say hello to my folks. Yes, hello, and welcome to... what are we talking about here today? I've completely forgotten. All the mods from 2024. Did I put 2025 in the title? I probably did. I probably got this wrong. And hello to everybody that is in chat. If you can hear me, then good. If you can understand me, even better. And if you can see me, and will I bother with this mood lighting, or will I just put the light on? I feel that it highlights the bags of my eyes really badly when I do all this arty-farty mood lighting stuff. It looks like a red light district. See, there we go. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for pointing that out. But if you can see my mess if I put the light on. Actually, I can't see anything. That's the... There we go. I can read the screen. I can read the screen now. I'd like to apologise in advance. I realise that some of my viewers will disappear at 3:30 because apparently there's an important football game this afternoon at 3:30. So, don't worry. It's just don't worry. But right, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Right, let's hello to everybody that's in chat. I'm not going to do the usual stuff and go through all of you individually. I'm just going to say hello and thank you for joining. How this is going to work. In the past, in the heyday, the good old days, I would have done a video for regulated mods, squonkers, Boro mods, and just done them individually. This year, however, I'm going to do them all at once because things have changed. How this works is what I am about to show you are the mods that I have kept this year. This is not me going, these are the best mods, or this is the top 5 mods from this year. These are the mods that I kept for several reasons. 1, I like it. 2, probably I really like the modder and I get on well with the modder, so I've kept it because I usually keep their gear. 3, I couldn't sell it and get any decent money for it. And 4, yeah, it's just something that floats my boat. It doesn't, like I say, I've reviewed lots of mods this year, and there will be a video for RBAs, RTAs and RDAs as well. But just because you don't see me showing a mod off that I've reviewed here does not mean that I don't like it. I stand by everything that I said in the review, but I just might not keep it. There you go. I've not really got any reasons. I feel like I'm making excuses, but that's just the way it is. So, I need a little drinky coffee, and then I need to, if you want, I mean, when I go to the down low, I won't actually see chat, so if you're asking me questions, I won't really see them. But, excuse me while oh look, there are people here. The Fitbic and D1. Glenn's going to go at 3:30. Well, Podolsky, do you actually have any Frankenskull squonkers? No, I don't. I bought a V3. Was it a V3 or a V2 back in the day? I bought it to see what all the fuss was about, and no disrespect to Frankenskull at all intended here. I sold it a couple of days later because it was just another squonker. It was just another mech squonker. It wasn't any better than any other squonker I had. So I just sold it. Each to their own at the end of the day. There's things that I really like that people don't like, and vice versa. Celtic wins, replay crew after the game. So they are your favourite mods. No, Witcho, they're not my favourite mods. I'm not telling you what my favourite mods are. I'm not into doing my top 5 shit and all that stuff. And that's that. Right. Shall we do this? Shall we do it? Let's just do it. Let's get on with it. Make sure that I've got the football loaded in the background here so that I can keep an eye on it. Celtic 43 points. Rangers have only got 32 points. Oh my. Right, sorry, that's got nothing to do with anything that we're talking about here. Bias. Hi Todd, can you recommend an RDL RTA with hairpins, not Diplomat? Preferably for a small price tag. No, not for a small price tag, because I'm very la-di-da and only do expensive stuff. I'm joking. I don't really do recommendations. I mean, from this year, why not the Diplomat? The Diplomat's really good. I mean, the Diplomat and the Asylum this year are probably my two most used RTAs, I would say. And they're both reasonably priced. So, yeah. There we go. Right, let's up close. Here we go. Light on. Junk. Let's do this. Glenn, you're absolutely right. Go watch the videos. No recommendations. That's it. That's why I do the videos. Right. Oh, that coffee's nice. Where shall we start? This is in no particular order as such. This is me just going to run through them. I may forget names of mods as we go along as well, but let's go. Right. Actually, I'm going to, shall we, here's the surprising ones that you may not think I would keep. This. Is it the Dotmax? Dotmax. A little 2000 milliamp hour internal battery. I use the 0.3 ohm coil in this a lot. This has been hammered since it arrived. Love the draw from it. I love the fact that I can change the coils out in this pod as well, and it gives me the wattage I need. I can't even remember how much. Is it 40 watts? Can't remember now. 2 amp charging. This is, for me, probably the most used. Actually, it's the only pod system that I've kept. I don't keep pod systems, really. This one I have, and I continue to use it and shall continue to use it because I think it's bloody good. The dot coils this year, they kind of turned it about for me. I was not a huge fan of dot coils before, but I've really started to enjoy them. So there you go. I can't believe I'm showing you a pod system. Holy, how things have changed. How things have changed. How's the color balance on your new monitor? Just pop that over there. Right. Other ones that you may find strange that I've kept. The Pulse. Is it the Pulse V2? Was it the V2? The V2? I've kept this one. I've drilled holes in it and hacked it up with a Dremel. But this frequently gets it's manky. Oh, sorry, manky. It's dirty. Because it frequently gets taken out and about. Because I think it's a good mod. I mean, it had its flaws, don't get me wrong. The way they worked the panels on it and things like that kind of did my head in a little bit. Hence the reason I cut it up with a Dremel. But I still think that it's, for the money, was an excellent bit of kit. And the RBA that came with it, which was very similar to a lot of other RBAs, was also excellent. So as a package, yeah, big thumbs up from me. Good mod, one I still use, and I've had this for most of the year. Now that I think about it, I've had this for most of the year. All right. Other things that may surprise you that I've kept. There we go. Here's one here. Stubby. I've had a few stubbies in my time. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, the stubby mod. This was the latest one. Was it the last version that was out? I usually end up giving them away to patrons and things like that when I get the stubbies in for review, but I've always tended to keep one. And this is the one that I've kept recently. I must admit, I actually prefer the original, the OG one. But this, I'm not a huge fan of all the cutouts on this one. But solid mod, and it's there's nothing I can tell you that you don't already know about this one. It is what it is, and I think Sam and Vapors Cloud did a superb job with the stubby. They really did. So yeah, big thumbs up on that one. I knew that you loved the pulse, especially after modding it. Yep. Right. Anything else that we can just sneak in here while we're getting that stuff out the way? Obviously, another Vapors Cloud one, the Pixel. What was this? Was this 2,800 milliamp hour? I think is the technical specification for the battery in here, and it is tiny, and it just floats my boat a great deal. Huge fan of it. And yes, if you haven't seen, I don't know if he's going to do them, but Craig, the big yin at Obey Robot, his son Chad was showing off one, and basically they'd taken all the paint off. It was a raw finish, and they'd done some really deep laser engraving on it. It almost looked like Damascus. So I think in the new year you will see different versions of these. Hopefully resin, stab wood and stuff like that. Because for me, I know not everybody's a huge fan of the internal mods and battery mods, but I really like it. I continue to use it, and gets a thumbs up from me yet again. David, notice I said the technical specification for the battery is 2,800. It's not 3,000 milliamp hour. It's actually 2,800, but they just branded it as 3,000. Don't ask me how I know that. Is there anything else that's I would put into the beater category? They are the ones I've just shown you are mostly my beater mods. The rest are a bit more on they're not so budget friendly, if you like. But we'll start off with something that's maybe not so budget friendly. But yeah, a little bit of art and mod, Limitless V2. I've said this already this year in a video, but I'll say it again here. I think for this year, for me and modders, especially the art and mod and SVA, what SVA and art and mod have done with regards to their internals, they have come a long way. They're now doing, internal carrier systems. You can break down a mod yourself. You can take it to bits. You can change bits. I tip my hat to them for getting on board with that. I mean, I think Limelight kind of led the way with it, but now other modders are taking that on board as well. But the Limitless V2 it's a work of art. Some of these mods may not be for you. They may not float your boat, but they certainly float mine, and this is one of them. Very lucky to own this, and there we go. He's going to gush. You're right. I did gush. And I have no shame about gushing. We'll do a little bit more gushing. The Sigma from Tony Tuffin, 314 Mods. This made me very happy, this mod. Not only because it was just a regulated mod, but with the quick change of a panel, like there, it became a squonker as well. So you could run it as a squonker, change a panel out, and just run it as a normal regulated mod. This I have very, very few squonkers to show you here just now, which breaks my heart. But squonking is the future, and 2025 is the year that squonking will come back. Oh yes, it is. But this is... yeah, this just made me very happy because it's a squonker, and it's a very, very good squonker. So well done to Tony on that one. Yes, there we go. Anybody else still squonk? Does anybody think that squonking's going to come back? Does anybody think it's going to come back big style like it did before? I really hope it does. I really hope it does. And since I'm showing off that squonker, I'll show you another couple of squonkers. Here we go. I mentioned them earlier on. This was from Obey Robot. I've kept this as well because it's from Craig, and it's really, really pretty. They did a magic job. Hey, what the hell? My English is so good. The Squonk Bot, they did a really good job in the engraving on this one. Turned out really, really well. And yeah, I hope they carry on and hopefully put out a regulated mod this next year. It'd be good to see, but I'm glad they came out with the Squonker. And the fact that the Squonk hole was so big was a major thumbs up. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, all the engraving and everything, it was bang on. Internals, it's just your standard mech Squonker, if you like. But a beautiful mod. Beautiful, beautiful bit of gear. And the only other Squonker that I've got to show you, that can be yours for £12.50. The first person to say dibs gets this for £12.50. And that was a joke. This is going nowhere. Note, this is what happens when you leave custard lying in a squonk bottle. It goes this colour. This was from the beautiful, the one, the only Mr. Tim Lees, who will probably appear in chat and try and sell you one any minute. What did you call this again, Tim? You gave it some marvellous name. This is from Born in the Man Cave. This has one of the most beautiful firing buttons I've ever come across in a squonker, and go check him out. He's on Facebook, Born in the Man Cave. It's an absolute gorgeous mod, and he does do good stuff. And I can't think of anything else nice to say about him, so I'll just keep talking about the mod because, yeah, I'm joking. There you go. There's squonkers. There's squonkers. That squonk bottle is as usually stable as winter. Tim's not here. Oh my god, Tim's not here. So Tim's not going to try and sell us something. And Mrs. Mo's here as well. Hello, Mrs. Mo. Sorry, I need to stop and have a puff. It's really, it saddens me a great deal that there's, just the squonkers are just, they're just not there. They're just not there. And even when it gets to doing RBAs and RTAs and things like that later on, I mean, there's hardly any of them at all. RDAs. Oh, Tim is here. He just can't post at the moment. Technical issue. Hi, Tim. Oh, Destroy. I think Dot is going to take over. I'm quite surprised by how the Dot is coming. I mean, I love the Dot V2. I've got my carbon fibre one there that's my pride and joy. But I'd be surprised if it got... I mean, the BP mods and Dotmod one, that should be here tomorrow. That'll be here tomorrow. But yeah, there's been a few I would rather have a Dotmod than a P tank, to be honest, myself. But yeah, I find it strange because of the capacity thing. I mean, I know with the sturdy one and the silo and things like that, you can get a really, really, you go over 4 mil capacity in a dot tank, which is amazing. But a lot of other RBAs, they're big, so the capacity in a dot tank's like between 2.7 and 3.5 if you're lucky, which kind of ruins it. So we shall wait and see. Oh, Tim's here. Tim, just so you know, I said many nice things about you, Mr. Born in the Man Cave. Right. Witcho. That thing there, is that what you're talking about? It's wrapped. It's ready to go. You just have to tell me when to post it, and it'll be with you. Right. Let's get back in this. Oh, the Luna. Oh, the Luna was nice. Remember, people used to customize the Luna and shape it and things like that. Really smart. Hi, Martin. Right. Here we go again. Shall we do the Boro? I was going to say, shall we do the... Actually, let's do the dots. Let's do a couple of dots. Do I have any other dot mods here? Do I have, yeah. Let's oh, I'm not working. What else did we have dot mod wise? I think that was it. This is what I kept from the year dot mod wise. So this one from Yondon at Emporium Mods. This was, correct me if I'm wrong, was the Simp 60. The Simp 60. So that was a little DNA 60. And as always, Yondon is a whiz when it comes to the Delrin work. And for once, the buttons are actually visible. He normally hides the buttons in the design, and you can barely see them, but they're always in the right place. But this one, this is another one I've kept because I kind of liked it. The spinning battery thing was a bit of a con for me, but even with that, it's still a very, very nice mod. The carbon fiber V2 from Dotmod. This was one that I managed to blag from Dotmod for services rendered, and full carbon fiber body. And it's just a V2, but it's all carbon fiber, so it makes me moist. Yes, it does. Very moist. The Nero edition from Mr. Sturdy himself, from Joe. I've got custom doors and a button on this, which I showed off in the video. So run that as well. These are all dot mods. And last but not least, the 7 that I just reviewed, which is doing very, very well. He just had a list up in his group, and he's just shifted up, I think 100 people put their names down for them, which is brilliant news. It's nice to see that, people going daft for a mod. So, on one list, 100 names. Well played to XJ. So, yeah, there's all the dot mods that came in this year, and that I've kept and I still use. RBA wise, I'll come back to what I use and whatnot. I'll just pop these all to one side just now. Is anybody else into the dot mod stuff? You using dots, or are you all banner, or you all banners, Boros? Sorry, I need another little vape. Yes, Daniel lost his spanner. I love the 7 mod. Do you know if it's coming retail? Matthew said that blah, blah, blah. Box Mod Kings? Is it Box Mod King? Box Mod Kings. He did say that they were going to be getting them into stock. I never saw any on the site or that. I don't know. That's according to one of the guys. I don't know that for if it's true or when it's happening. I mean, I trust Matthew. Oh my God, Craig D. Holy shit. Where have you been hiding? Or are you just getting into trouble again? Hartgen? The 7's rather nice. Only get them in Facebook sales at the moment. Mick, can't beat a bit of furious vaping, my friend. A bit of furious vaping. Right, let's do some more that I've kept from this year. Once again, these are mods that I've kept from out of all the mods that I've reviewed. This is not a best of or anything like that. It's just what I've kept. So, up close. Right, let's run through. Let's run through. I wanted. Let's get this. Let's get this party started. More Boros. Oh, I found another squonker. Holy shit. Right. Boink. Right. These are the Boro mods that I have kept from this year. Not all strictly Boro mods, it has to be said. They're not all strictly Boro mods, but these are just the ones that, for various reasons, floated my boat. This wee guy from Metal Madness Vapors, obviously, who have been in the game as long as me, and yeah, which is the reason I kept this. I am not a huge fan of the open section here. I did have a mod, it was called the Princess mod, and it was kind of like this kind of style as well. But I don't know, for some reason, the wood, the position of the button, and the fact that it's full stainless steel, this section here, it does look good with a tank in it. If you get the right colour of tank in there, then it does kind of complete it and it doesn't look so strange. So, yes, that is why I kept this one. Mainly because I have a lot of love for Metal Madness Vapors, and because the finishing and the wood on this was done oh so well, and it's just beautiful in the hand. It's just fire and button wise. It's just bra. It's just great. This one, the Atlas. This was sent on to me by Darren Lowe. Now this was a company called Advanced Mods. I don't see many people with this, to be fair. I know Grim reviewed it as well. There were certain things about this that were done really well. Styling wise, it was similar to a couple of other mods, but there were little touches that set it apart. But it's like a lot of things, you know, there's only so much you can do. But for some reason, I just like this. I like Darren a lot, Darren Lowe, for those, you know, from Armour Mods, and he's an OG in the game as well, which is one of the main reasons why I've kept this. And also, when he sent it on to me to review, he told me that I had to keep it or he'd kill me. That's just kind of the guy that Darren is. So, yeah. That's why I still have this, because he threatened to kill me. So, there's that one. The Rift. The Rift by Deathwish Mods. Now, for me personally, I absolutely love the styling on this. It's, it's like I said, there's only so much you can do with a Boro mod. There's only so much you can do. But okay, it's a rectangle, but just this design cue going on up here, the way that Gary designed this, it's just, I tip my hat to them. I still think this is a stunning mod. I wish I'd got it in orange as well, because I really like the orange one, but I didn't want to take the piss. So yeah, that's why I've held on to this. The Rift by Deathwish Mods. Forgotten the name. Prism AIO. It'll be written on it. There's written on it. Please be written on it. Yeah, the Prisma AIO. Thank God they write the name of mods on here. El Cigar. This was a custom job that was done for me by the main man, and it's just wacky and weird, and I just love the finishing on this. It just sets it apart from a lot of other mods that I've seen during the year that have the same kind of shape and style, if you like. But just the, is it Raffier? Somebody help me with that one. It's just, I just love it. And very lucky that I have it. Other ones, Ambi Slim. The Ambi Slim. Now this was another one it's a bit. I don't keep much in the way of 3D printed stuff. I'm a huge fan of 3D printing. I really do think 3D printing is an awesome tool, and I don't tend to keep many of them. I've kept this because I like what XJ did with this, the design of it. There's no visible USB, but if you do need to connect to some eScribe, it's behind here. I like the open going on here. You even had the battery adjuster wheel at the bottom. It's absolutely tiny. It's not as small as the Tinny by Tech Division, which is mind-blowing how small that is. But I kept that as well. This one. XR Nano SVA is one of the most comfortable mods in the hand. The firing button on this is tremendous, and some of the finishes that he's done are just jaw-dropping. It is such... A few of my friends own this mod, and they all seem to love it, and yeah, you can... Listen, if you hang about the right groups, second-hand sales groups and things like that, you can pick up a lot of this stuff a lot cheaper than when it came out new. And I'm a huge advocate for buying second-hand mods, especially the posh stuff, because you can buy a lot of posh stuff for less than half the price of RRP and still get good gear for not a lot of money. So yeah, you can find the older version. Yeah, have a look. The last two that I'm going to show you use the Simi system by Hussar. This was the first one. This is the C1. This was the Simi tank that Hussar designed. You still use RBAs in it, usual kind of thing. I'm not going to lie, I had high hopes for the Simi system when they came out with it. High hopes, yes. I've got a song going through my head for high hopes now. But for whatever reason, the only people so far that seem to have adopted it is Geppetto. And I don't know where Matthias is hiding these days, but I mean, even the support for this, many people are like losing fill plugs. They can't get a hold of fill plugs. There's hardly any activity in the group, which is a real shame, because it's a good system, and when it's done right, like in this, the flow, you can see that it works really, really well. And I thought there was going to be more modders taking this system and coming out with stuff like this, which is... And I know that Geppetto's now doing a side-by-side a proper side-by-side with the semi tank. So he's going for gold with the semi system. So I'm happy to see that. Not a huge fan of the look of the mod, to be fair, but this is something beautiful. So there you go. That's all the Boro mods that I kept for this year because they floated my boat. They floated my boat. So, more coffee, more vaping. Looks like snakeskin. Yes, it did look like snakeskin. Ash, as I said about the semi system, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with Hussar. They've gone radio silent recently in the past few months. And the only people that are running with the semi system are Geppetto. And Geppetto's not really mass market as such. It's very la-di-da. Destroy the SVA, Roy the XR Nano is, yes, they're great mods. They really are. Matthew loves his Ambidex. Who did I miss? Your tank is backwards. Please. Do I look like the kind of guy that would get his tank backwards and complain about the airflow? I'm better than that. Can't believe you made me go there. You knew I would go there. You knew I would go there with that one. Anyway, let's pop these out the way. We're almost done. We're almost done. I think out of all the mods that I had this year for review, I kept 29. 29 in total. Which, considering how many reviews I did in the year, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's more than I would normally keep, I think. Right, vapey. Right, the squonker that I never mentioned that I missed. The squonker that I missed. And I feel bad because I like Dan a lot. And this was Snowcap. Snowcap mods. This was an updated one that he released this year. I had a regulated one. I've still got a regulated squonker version as well. I'm just going to do a shout out for Dan at Snowcap. I think it's a 3D printed squonker at the end of the day, but his pricing is very, very good and his customer support is excellent, and I like the design touches that he puts into his squonkers. So just a big shout out for Snowcap. If you're interested, go and check out his website. Witcho, you raise a very, very good point, my friend. How long was it before There's a question. Actually, somebody asked me that in a YouTube comment, I think. And I was supposed to go and do some homework on it. And I forgot. So there was the billet box. When did other people start releasing Boro mods? Apart from billet box. Can anybody remember? I mean, we all know in the past 3 years that it's just gone boom, crazy. I'm not talking about when they released RBAs, but when other people released Boro mods. I'd be curious if... yeah. Randall, Hussar's turned out some nice mods this year. Yeah. I have a lot of time for Matthias. An awful lot of time for him. He's an absolute head case. He's impossible to get a hold of at the best of times. But he has some great ideas. I like the lore. I let my lore go because of the C1. Yeah. He's just... Delro's well, Delro started off customizing billet boxes, so if I remember correctly. Hang on, I meant to show that as well. Ellen, Simi System needs a big YouTuber to hype it up and get it going. Yeah, they also need somebody that can spell Simi, yeah, cheeky cunt. If you're going to take the piss, make sure your spelling is 100% bang on. You know I'm winding you up. Listen, another Boro mod that I never did a review for. Or did I do a review for it? This came in this year. And, this was a prototype that I got in. Was this year? I think it was. This was for testing the DNA 60C. But it was in a Delro. And yeah, most people know that I love my Delros. I love my Delros, especially when they're red. Not orange. Nobody would have an orange Delro. Just red ones. But yeah, there's another Delro that I had in this year, which gets used an awful lot. So, yeah. Stephen the Seagull. Hang on a second. Oik. This is not from this year, I hasten to add. But the Limelight, this came out well before the Bantam. The Bantam was, they basically cloned this. See what I put in mine. Get pumped, ball-bag. That's the level of respect that I get from modders. It's shocking. And this leather case is very, very nice. It's obviously... Oh my gosh, I didn't realise that it was made by Heart Leathercraft. But look at the size of that logo. Is that not huge? That's massive. It's at... And now if you're going to make something and put a logo on it, make sure it's big like this. Probably somebody from Yorkshire that came up with that. And hopefully Cuz is not watching this just now. Cuz, you know I take them piss, and you know I love you lots. Right. Here we go. Shall we do... Have I got side-by-sides? Have I got... These are technically side-by-sides. I suppose this is a side-by-side as well. And this counts as a side-by-side as well. We're almost done. We've only got one more wee batch to go after this one. Right. Cuz is there. Right. Side-by-sides. Limelight side-by-side. Dan is one of my favourite people on the planet. He's an absolute nut job. His design work on mods is, in my humble opinion, is up there. He kind of leads the way with a lot of stuff, and his build quality is just 10 out of 10. This was a really, really well done mod, and I'll leave it at that. It's just, obviously you could customize it, you could have it, run it without the wooden panel, you could run it with a little wooden insert in there, or it was just, here's the man. And if you ever have a Limelight and you look inside them, they are done oh so well, and the internals matter almost just as much as the externals, in my humble opinion. This one we'll do next. Another one from El Cigart. This was this. Please tell me you've written it on it again. Was this the oval side by side? No, was this the prism side by side? It was a side by side. This, yeah, I've kept this because I love the position of the firing button. Firing button location is bang on, and it's pretty, and I like it, which is why I kept it. This one, the Arxon by Vape Monster, is just my posh Pico, as I like to refer to it. This is very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. I do like it a lot. It gets covered in fingerprints really, really quickly, but it's a beautiful mod. Next one, Milo Tech Division is another one out there that this is the Evo 2. Obviously, you undo the screw and you can move this up and down. So a side by side that you could change the height, which is very important for me because I like my side by sides, the tank to be level with here. And because you can move this up and down, it makes that possible with most tanks. So there we go, Tech Division, and the Castle Bravo by Tech Division as well. Obviously using super capacitors, and this is, do you know, screw you Milo, I'm not blowing smoke up your arse this year. I do it every year and I say really, really nice things about you, but you're always horrible to me, and so I'm saying nothing nice about your mod. There you go. Can't do it. Okay. This is why I wish more modders were as just as nuts as Milo is. Forgetting the aesthetics, but just going with the super capacitors, pushing it and seeing what can be done. The only issue I had was the fact that, well, it's not his fault. Evolve just will not tweak the software for him, so that it won't show the proper battery. Well, it won't register the battery capacity all the way down, which was the only real con that I had with it. But I hope he never changes, and I hope he keeps thinking outside the box and doing things different to other people. So there are all the side-by-sides that I had this year. I found another Boro mod. I've kept the San as well. I really like the San. I will say, if you can get a hold of the Asian market San, it was done in Delrin. Was it Delrin? Yeah, it was done in Delrin. If you can get a hold of that, it's actually, in my opinion, it's nicer. It's very, very Delro-esque, shall we say. But I do like the mod. That's why I kept it. This is another one of my beaters. So yeah, kept that as well. But right, that's us. We've only got 4 more mods to go. 4 to go. And these are the only normal regulated mods that I've kept this year. Let's have a bump. Heat transfer, Screaming Chicken is on it. I would sell my soul to the devil for one of those Limelight side-by-side mods. Destroy, I wish I got the Sand when it was available. I'm sure there's somebody in the Shed Car Boot, I don't know if you're in the Shed Car Boot Facebook group, that has had one up for grabs, and they're wanting silly money for it. It's only like, I think 30 quid or something like that. Right. Nom 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 nom. Last few mods out. Boom. And boom. Here we go. I'm almost done. This is us. We're at the journey's end. Journey's end. The last few mods that I kept for the year. Now, the toy by Made Mods. This I've just reviewed. Please go and watch this review for this mod. It's a beautiful wee mod and it deserves more views. Hopefully somebody with more subscribers will go and review it for him. But it's just stunning. It's just a classic design. Classic shape. The button location, everything about it is clean, simple, and just tastefully done. It's just, go watch the video. Esteban really does deserve, he deserves more business in my opinion. So there we go. The toy. This one is one of the, I'm not doing favourites, but if I did do favourites, then this would possibly be up there. The ProMaster from SVA is just, once again, and I said it earlier on, the Italians have come a long way. A few Italian modders have come a long way. They're getting the internals are being done right. You no longer need a fire extinguisher for an Italian mod. This is a good thing. He's done a great job in this, and for just a regular, if you get a chance to grab one of these, then I don't do recommendations, but if I did, then yes, ProMaster, superb. This one is a prototype. This is the Ethereum. I've not reviewed this as such because, well, the reason I've not reviewed it is because this was a prototype. I thought I was going to be getting a release version to show you off, but I don't know what came of that, and I'm not going to chase them about it because I don't chase people for reviews and stuff. Never ask for free shit. But it's still a firing button, both sides, extremely comfortable in the hand. I think he's now doing them in 3D prints and also in stab wood. And it's just, once again, it's a beautiful mod. I was about to say my favourite from the year there. Oopsie. Those that know me know I have a severe weakness for carbon fibre. This one I went and, yes, I purchased this myself. This is from If Mods, and it's carbon fibre. It's absolutely beautifully screwed together. It's worth every single penny, and if I lost this, I would go out and buy another one in the blink of an eye. I have most of the If mods ever made. I think I've got every model bar one. They're made in China, but they're absolutely stunning, and they're amongst some of the best mods constructed internally and externally that I've come across, and I have no issue saying that. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful mod, and very, very talented modder. And that is it's that. God, I hate looking at chat. Or is it just I meant to say I hate seeing Daniel commenting. Destroy's not on Facebook, makes it hard to get a lot of stuff. Josh, yeah, it's rather windy today, isn't it, Josh? Blowing a hoolie, as you say. It's very mild though, very mild. ProMaster and toy are lovely. Hit the thumbs up, yes please. This is one of the mods I kept the most from this year. There are, I know, having spoken to a few modders, there's a few more modders that are jumping on the standard regulated mods, not Boro mods. I don't know if I will. Listen, I'm not a clairvoyant. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the 2025 or anything like that. The only thing I know for a fact is that I'll probably put on more weight and I'll have to use more hair dye. But outside that, I couldn't tell you what's going to happen in vaping. I really couldn't. But I do know of a few modders that are, rather than going down the Boro route, they are going down just the regulated mod route, which makes me happy. Not because I don't like Boro mods, but just to give a little bit of diversity in the game, to make it a little bit more interesting. More RTAs, more drippers, more regulated side by sides, and just plain old mods would be lovely. Thank you so much. Pardon me. Ooh, windy pops. Rob, I just, do you know, I don't think any of those mods were 21700 that I just showed. Just saying. Just saying. One of my nostrils has stopped working again. Can you translate blowing a hoolie? Blowing a hoolie. It's very windy. That's all. Blowing a hoolie. It's not some kind of thing you would do on a Saturday night down Leith Walk. It's just a reference to the wind. And not many of you will get that reference to doing things down Leith Walk on a Saturday night. So, I'm curious, mods wise, what have you kept this year? What have you used the most this year, mods wise? Just... What was it? What's Grim say? If you're aliens, or if your shed's on fire, what would you grab? I'd grab them all. Yum, 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 yum. Let me know. Come on. Stop taking the piss. Give me a serious answer for once. I've now got to put all these mods away in the correct order in my... They're all by side. Well, they're by Boro mod, side by side, regulated, and then they're by size. So I've got to put all these back. Is there anything else that I grabbed or bought this year that I didn't review? Or I got my Lazy Russian. I got my Lazy Russian back. Another squonker. I've got a 21700 XR Nano as well that I use. What else? The Orion and the RBA. The Orion too. I never got to try the RBA. And I wish I had. I really do wish I had. Stubby. Limitless from Martin Matthews, the SVA. Mr. HOL is using the Danny Micro 18650. I would have figured you'd grab your wife first. No, if there was a fire, guaranteed that the wife would be out the house before me. Mix, using the Sigma a lot. Good. Cuz is loving his Born in the Man Cave bottom feeder squonker. The button's developing a nice shine now. Liam, the walnut, the Yogs QI. Yogs. I know, why is that going past straight out of my head? Why? That's sparking a thing in my head. I know I should know that, but for some reason... Why am I coming up a blank on Yogs? Oh, pipe! Bloody hell. I completely forgot that. Bouncy Onions on the billet box. Craig D's on Danny's and K-Funds because he's pure posh like. Is our Craig, pure posh. Andrew's on the tinny with the tinny and sturdy is an excellent combo. I love my tinny. That wee guy. It's just a beautiful wee thing. What else did I get this year? I got this year as well. But I was asked not to review it for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get to review it. That came in as well. Did anything else come in that I didn't review? Obviously, I bought a billet box. Was it this year I bought my billet box? Can't remember. I bought another billet box. Heath is using his JIO or whatever it's called, and both my Zero mods. Zero mods. Are you talking Carlos Creation Zero? Is that? Marty's on the Pulse V2. Big thumbs up for the Pulse V2. Randall's on the Iron Lower on the lower. Steven Seagal's on the Evic Mini. Nice. Wee bit of Evic Mini action. That's going back some. Lynn's on the San. Daniel's on the... Daniel's been a dick. You heron munching liar. Destroy Steam Shell has been my most used RBA. Andy, the BP Mods Warhammer. The Warhammer was a good mod. That I bought one for review. I bought one for review because I liked the look of it, and it was dirt cheap, and a very, very worthy purchase. Very worthy purchase. Which I'm not even going to go there. Slippy's on the Vicious Ant and the Billet Box. Matthew's BM 38. Hamlin, the only mod I got this year was a Cthulhu Craftsman. Craftsman was a nice bit of gear as well. Tim's a Sunbox mix as I need a side by side. Craig D is on the Dot 100 mod. Do you know the Dot 100? I just gave one away to somebody. Solid mod. Very, very solid mod. Mr. Fisher's on the Danny Micro 21700s because somebody has to be. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm taking you. Oh, you know I'm taking the piss. Terry Rogers, how about a challenge to modders? Create a DNA 60 mod about the same size as a Pico at a reasonable price. I would ask you to define what reasonable is. Yeah, there's... Yeah, that's a whole conversation that I could get into, but I'm not going to because I'm in a good mood. Darwin, Randall's got a Darwin. Oh, you're talking an evolved Darwin, not as in Darwin mods. I was going to say, yeah, I've got plenty of Darwin mods, but an evolved Darwin, yes. That deserves to be in a shelf. That deserves to be in a shelf. The Asvape Gabriel. The UK Hustle's got the Nitrous. That's the Zion. I don't think I reviewed that. That's a Boro mod, isn't it? Mo, seems like Sunbox is closing shop. I see it on it. The guy that's listing all the Sunbox stuff for sale, prototypes and stuff like that, I don't recognise the username. That's not the modder. Unless he's using a different name. I don't know. 19.99, 20 quid barely covers the chip. Yeah, you're about 40 50 quid for the board alone. Cuz, give Ferris a little ear rub for me, and Slippy's winding Daniel up. Keep it going, my friend. Give him grief, and that's all we've got. Listen, that's all I've got for you, unless you've got any questions. Right, I shall be back towards the end of the week, and I will go through all the RTAs, RDAs and RBAs that have come in this year that I have kept. For those of you that don't know, I have a very strict policy on what I keep. For those of you that don't know, can I, where's my doodah? There's my doodah. Right. Oh no, it's not going to work. Not going to work. Right, back here. Boom, this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 slots for RBAs. And I've got another stand here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which has 36 slots. So if something comes in that I want to keep, then something has to go. I can't own any more than the available slots. That's just the way that I've worked it that way for quite some time now. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's me. Back. There we go. Yeah. And to be honest, there's not a lot. It'll be a quick video. It'll be a really, really quick video because I think I've got 2 RDAs from this year and probably 3 or 4 RTAs, and the RBAs are, yeah, there's not many new ones there either. I've kept my dopes, my Skyfalls, Sturdy last year. Sturdy one last year, or was it this year? I can't remember. So that's that. Right, I'm going to go because Daniel's pushing my buttons, and it's on the tip of my tongue to get into a battle of words with Daniel, and I'm worried that if I do, then my mum might hear me swearing, and I don't want to do that. Destroy is the shed boot your group? Yes, unfortunately, my Facebook group is the shed. You have to be a member in there for at least 3 months and be an active member before you get into the sales group. That way we make sure that there's no scamming or con artists get into the sales group. And we only open the doors for it on the end of every month. So it's not like I could just let you in. If you... Hang on, mate. I shouldn't really do this, but let me have a quick look. It's gone. Right. 10 comments. All comments. Yeah. Destroy, I don't know if you're in the UK. Listen, if you're in the UK, email me. todd@toddsreviews.com. Email me. Because this, I don't know if the colour's yours or whatnot, but that's up for grabs at 35. It's up for grabs at 35. So I'm not saying I'd vouch for you, but I'd sort something out for you. I'd help you. It's not me that's selling it. I'm not selling anything here. Okay, just to be clear. So yeah, but once again, for those of you that are thinking I'll just go and join the group and get into the sales group, it doesn't work like that. You have to be there in the main group for 3 months, and you have to be active before you can get into the sales group. That way we make sure that there's no bullshit going on. Right. Love you loads. Thank you very much for your patience and your time. Thank you to your feedback, and I will catch you on the next one. But I'm going to go and fly my kite because it's blown a hoolie. I'm not really.